In this lecture, I would like to discuss about how to derive the Clapeyron equation. Clapeyron, a French scientist, in 1834, he has derived an equation, and particularly this equation can be used to study the effect of pressure on melting points of solids and boiling points of liquids. So actually, the equation which was derived by him, it gives the relation between the effect of pressure on the boiling point of liquids and melting points of solids. What is a boiling point of liquid? Boiling point of a liquid is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of the liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. During the boiling process, the liquid is converted to the vapor state. Let us represent. There are two phases now in this case. Conversion of liquid to vapor. Conversion of liquid to vapor. Liquid gets boiled and converted to vapor. So there are two phases are existing. Now in the melting point, the solid is converted to liquid. So melting point, it is the temperature at which the solid get melts and starts to convert into the liquid. So what is the effect of pressure onto this? Effect of pressure on the melting and boiling points of liquids. The equation given by the Clapeyron, which state the effect of pressure on melting points of solids and boiling points of liquids. So actually the derivation is based on the fact that equal amounts of a given substance must have exactly the same free energy in two phases at equilibrium with each other. Equal amounts of the given substance. Suppose if we have taken water, and water which exists in the liquid phase, which is converted into the vapor phase or gaseous phase. So equal amounts of a given substance must have exactly the same free energy. So it is having exactly the same free energy. Suppose that this is the component A and this is the component B. The same substance in the two phases, phase A and phase B. The two phases are existing there. Then the equal amounts of a given substance must have exactly the same free energy. The free energy will be same in two phases at equilibrium with each other. And for a system at equilibrium, the free energy change becomes equal to zero. That is known to us. Whenever there is a equilibrium in chemical reaction, then the free energy change always becomes equal to zero. Now in this case also, when the two phases are in equilibrium, suppose that A and B are the two phases, liquid water and vapor water, then the free energy of the component in the phase A becomes equal to free energy of the component in the phase B. So their free energies are same. Hence, the free energy change delta G becomes equal to zero here, because at equilibrium the free energies are same. So whenever the substance is present into the two phases, whenever the substance is present in the two phases, the free energy of the two phases are same. Let us see. Consider a water component. Now this water, we know that in the phase rule we have studied water is a one component system. So in case of the water, C it is equal to 1. Now there are two phases are existing. Liquid water is converted to the vapor water. Okay. So two phases are there. Now in general we can write down this. You can see here conversion of phase A into the phase B. The substance is existing into the two phases. Now the free energy of the component or of the substance in the two phases can be written as, suppose that Ga is the free energy of the substance in the phase A, is the free energy of the substance of the component in the phase A. Component in the phase A, suppose that water, liquid water, that is the liquid phase in the phase A, and Gb is the free energy of the substance. Gb is the free energy of the substance in the phase B. In the phase B, it means that there are two phases are present. It means that there are two phases are present, and at equilibrium, we learn the phases in equilibrium. What is the phases in equilibrium? When a single component is in equilibrium between the number of the phases, then we can say that there is a phases in equilibrium. So at equilibrium stage, we can write here the free energy of the component in the phase A becomes equal to the free energy of that component in the phase B. Okay. Suppose that this is one here. Now actually we are going to derive the Clapeyron equation. We know that Clapeyron equation gives the relationship between the effect of the pressure on the boiling points of the liquids and melting points of the solid. So when the component it is in equilibrium between the two phases, for example water, it is in equilibrium between the two phases, then free energy of the phase A becomes equal to the free energy of the phase B at equilibrium. So what is about free energy change? The free energy change becomes equal to 0, because the free energy, actually we can write here the free energy change delta G, it is equal to Gb minus Ga, free energy of the substance in the phase A minus free energy of the substance in the phase A, B minus A, but both are equal. So therefore delta G becomes equal to 0 here at equilibrium. Now we want to change the system. We want to change the system. How it is possible? You can see here. Suppose we have taken that liquid water. We have taken that liquid water in a beaker. Okay. And there should be some vapor water is there, and that vapor water, it is above the liquid surface. So this is vapor water and this is liquid water. Two phases are existing. Okay. The two phases are existing there. So Ga is the free energy in the phase A and Gb is the free energy in the phase B. And at equilibrium, both are same. Now we want to change the system. So to see the change in the system, suppose that we have to supply some temperature. We have to supply some temperature here. Okay. What happens? There is a change in the free energy of the component in the phase A. So we can say that that new change becomes written as change in the free energy from Ga plus dGa. Okay. Small change will be expressed there as we increase the temperature. Free energy is also increases. small increase in the free energy, that is dGA. Similarly, for the phase B, the new free energy becomes equal to GB. GB, it is the initial free energy, and additional free energy, it is dGB. We want to change the system by supplying some temperature. Temperature will be from initial temperature, it is T, and new temperature, it is T plus dt. Similarly, the initial pressure is P, and new pressure, it is P plus dP. So now we are changing the system by increasing the temperature very small amount. Infinitesimally small change in the temperature is there. So what happens there? The free energy, it is also changes. So it will be changes from GA to GA plus dGB. Similarly, for this phase B, GB to GB plus dGB. As we increase the temperature from T to T plus dt. Now to bring the system in the equilibrium, we have to increase the pressure, because we want to maintain the equilibrium here. As we supply the heat, what happens? Liquid water is converted to the vapor water. So the phase B now, it is going to be increasing. The formation of the vapor, it is going to be increasing. More and more vapors are formed here as we increase the temperature. So we want to bring the system at the equilibrium stage. So for that purpose, we have to increase the pressure also. Initial pressure is P. Now we have to apply the extra pressure here. That is small increase in the pressure. That is now dP. Small increase in the pressure, that is dP. So new pressure, it is equal to P plus dP. Then the equilibrium is maintained there. So we can write here the new free energies, that is GA plus dGA, it is equal to GB plus dGB. It is equal to GB plus dGB. Okay. This understanding should be very important here. Okay. Suppose that this is equation 2. Now we know that GA is equal to GB according to this equation 1. Therefore, we can write here dGA, it is equal to dGB. dGA, it is equal to dGB, where dG, it is the small increase in the free energy for the phase A, and dGB, it is the small increase in the free energy for the phase B. Okay, so try to understand about this, where GA is the free energy of the component in the phase A, and GB is the free energy of that component in the same component in the phase B. And as we increase the temperature, there will be the increase in the free energy for both the components. Now to bring the system into the equilibrium stage, we have to increase the pressure, because when we increase the pressure, vapors are back to converted into the liquid state. So whatever the liquid is converted into the vapor state, when we increase the temperature, that vapors come to back to converted into the liquid state, and equilibrium has been maintained there. So at equilibrium, we can write here GA plus dGA, it is equal to GB plus dGB. But we know that GA, it is equal to GB. Therefore, we are getting here this equation dGA, that is small increase in the free energy of the component in the phase A, becomes equal to the small increase in the free energy of that same component in the phase B. So this is equation 3. So step by step, now we are moving towards the Clapeyron equation. So we have started from the component in the two phases A and B, and we assume GA is the free energy of that component in the phase A, and GB is the free energy of that same component in the phase B. Okay, and we understand according to this liquid water and vapor water. So let us see here how the equation can be derived. So consider the two phases A and B of the same substance in equilibrium at the pressure P and temperature T. Initial pressure is P and temperature is T, and the two phases A and B. Now the two phases can be reversibly converted into one another. Liquid is converted to the vapor phase, vapor is converted to the liquid phase. And at equilibrium, delta G becomes equal to 0. That is known to us. Now, if Ga and Gb are the free energies per mole of a substance, Ga and Gb are the free energies per mole of the substance in its two phases at equilibrium, then we know this Ga equal to Gb. Okay. Now, if the temperature is raised from T to T plus dt, we have to increase the small temperature from T to T plus dt. Then in order that the system remains at equilibrium, the pressure must have to be changed. As we increase the temperature, on the same time, we want to bring the system at equilibrium stage, so we have to increase the pressure. So pressure must have to be changed from P to P plus dP. So at this new pressure, the temperature at this new pressure and temperature, new means this T plus dt and pressure P plus dP. The free energies of phase A will be Ga plus dGa, and that for phase B will be Gb plus dGb. Okay. Now the system till at equilibrium. So we can write this equation Ga plus dGa, it is equal to Gb plus dGb. Since J is equal to Gb, therefore we can write here dGa, it is equal to dGb. Small increase in the free energy of the component in the phase A becomes equal to small increase in the free energy of the component in the phase B. Now let us see. The variation of free energy with pressure and temperature is given by the relation. This equation is known to us. In chemical thermodynamics, we derive this equation. That is dG it is equal to VdP minus SdT. This equation is known to us. dG equal to VdP minus SdT. Okay. So therefore we can write here for phase A dG equal to VAdP minus SAdT. For phase B it is dGb, it is equal to VBdP minus SBdT. We should have to remember this equation. dG equal to variation of the free energy, it is equal to VdP minus SdT. So we can write dGa and dGb. Okay, let us substitute into this equation 2. So we can write here VAdP minus SAdT, it is equal to VBdP minus SBdT. Just we are putting these values. Let us simplify this. Taking this on this side, so this is VB minus VA into dP. dP is common there. Similarly, this is a positive, taking on this side, we can write SB minus SA equal to dt. Simple conversion. Now we can write here dP upon dt, it is equal to, by making the rearrangement, we are getting this equation 7. dP upon dt, it is equal to SB minus SA divided by VB minus VA. What is this SB minus SA? This SB, it is the entropy. S, it is the entropy of the substance in the phase B, and entropy of the same substance in the phase A. So this is nothing but, we can also write, this is nothing but delta S upon VB minus VA. VB minus VA, volume change, this. Now according to the definition of the entropy change, delta S becomes equal to, according to the definition of the entropy change, delta S, it is equal to entropy change, it is Q upon T, where Q, it is the small heat supply with respect to temperature. So it is also equal to delta H upon T, or it is also equal to L upon T. This is according to the definition of the entropy. Okay, so delta H, it is the enthalpy change, and L it is the latent heat per mole. L stands for latent heat per mole. So it means that we can substitute this equation now. Delta S equal to delta H upon T. So let us do this here. Delta S, it is equal to delta H upon T. So we can write this equation delta H upon T into VB minus VA. Okay. So this left side remains same, so dP upon dt. So we are getting this equation here. So let us see. You can see here delta S, it is equal to delta H upon T. Delta S, it is equal to delta H upon T here, you can see here. So we have substitute into that equation. So we are getting this equation here. dP upon dt, it is equal to delta H or L upon T into Vb minus Va. You can take delta H or L. It is also correct. So we can write the same equation in this way also. The same equation can be written in this way. Like this. L upon T into Vb minus Va. Okay. Or this equation can also be written as delta H upon, where delta H, it is the enthalpy change, T into Vb minus Va. Okay. Either this or either this, where L is the latent heat per mole. Latent heat per mole, and delta H is the enthalpy change. Now this is the equation 9 here, and this equation 9 is known as Clapeyron equation. In this way we have been derived this equation. Either we can use this equation or this equation, both are correct. So dP upon dt, it is equal to this equation. What is dP upon dt? It is the rate of change of pressure with respect to temperature, becomes equal to delta H upon T into Vb minus Va. Now let us apply this equation. Let us apply this Clapeyron equation to this equilibria. Solid is converted to liquid equilibria. That is fusion process. Solid to liquid, it is called as melting, and liquid to solid, it is called as fusion process. Okay. So the Clapeyron equation is given by, we can write the Clapeyron equation here. So in place of only delta H, we can write delta HF. Latent delta HF, it is heat of fusion divided by T into, now Vb, higher volume minus lower volume. So VL minus Vs. VL minus Vs for the solid to liquid equilibria. Let us once again, I would like to write this onto the another screen. You can see we derive the Clapeyron equation. So let us write the Clapeyron equation. Change in pressure with respect to temperature, it is equal to delta H upon T into Vb minus Va. What is Vb minus Va? It is volume change. It is the volume change of the two phases. Volume change, or it is also written as delta V, volume change. Delta H, it is enthalpy change. Enthalpy change. Okay, it is enthalpy change. So now we want to write this equation for this system, conversion of solid to equilibrium, solid to liquid. So here Vs is the volume of the solid, VL is the volume of the liquid. Now let us apply this equation to this. So we can write change in pressure with respect to temperature, dP upon dt, it is equal to delta H. So now we can write here enthalpy change as delta H F. What is the meaning of this delta HF? Heat of fusion. Enthalpy change, because this is a fusion process. Liquid to solid, it is a fusion process, and solid to liquid, it is a melting process. So we can write here delta HF. It is heat of fusion. Heat of fusion. Okay. So because it is a fusion process, so we have to write, not only write delta H, but it is delta HF. Now T into temperature, T into Vb. Suppose that this is Vb, VL minus Vs. This is volume change. So this is for the solid liquid system, equilibrium system. This is first one. Now for liquid to vapor equilibrium, liquid to vapor equilibrium, we can write the Clapeyron equation in this way. It means liquid water, it is in equilibrium with vapor water. So volume of the liquid, volume of the vapor. So volume of the vapor is larger, as compared to the volume of the liquid. So the same equation can be written here, Clapeyron equation, dP upon dt, change in pressure with respect to temperature, it is equal to, now for this we can write enthalpy change as it is conversion of liquid to vapor, so it is a vaporization process, so we have to write delta HV. It is called as heat of vaporization. Heat of vaporization. It is called as heat of vaporization. So let us write the equation for this system, equilibrium system at equilibrium. Equilibrium system, that is liquid to vapor. So it is delta H V upon T into VV, greater volume minus lesser volume, VL. So this is the Clapeyron equation for this system. Similarly for solid to vapor conversion. So this conversion, it is known as when solid is directly converted to the vapor state, that is called as sublimation. So this is volume of solid, volume of vapor. So we can write this equation dP upon dt. It is equal to delta H. This is now sublimation process. So we have to write delta HS, heat of sublimation. Delta HS. It is heat of sublimation because this process is sublimation. Heat of sublimation. Okay. So now the equation can be written T into Vb minus Vs. So this is the equation, Clapeyron equation for solid vapor system. For liquid vapor system, it is dP upon dt, it is equal to delta HV upon T into Vv minus VL. So in this way, we derived the Clapeyron equation. This is the general form of the Clapeyron equation. dP upon dt, it is equal to delta H upon T into Vv minus Va. So this is the Clapeyron equation. So to derive the Clapeyron equation, we have to consider here the phases in equilibria, where the single component, it is in equilibrium between the two phases. So equal amounts of a given substance must have exactly the same free energy in the two phases. If we have taken equal amounts of the same substance, so free energy will be same at equilibrium stage. So delta G equal to 0 at equilibrium stage. Now we want to bring the change into the system. So we have to increase the pressure, we have to increase the temperature. And we can derive the equation, that is Clapeyron equation.